Right, hello and welcome to this demo video for the Spreadsheet Rugby World Cup game. I don't normally do demos for the free downloads, but I thought in this case I'd better do it just to explain how this game works. If you're looking for a spreadsheet to monitor the actual Rugby World Cup, this isn't it. We may well have one, but this isn't the right one. This is the Spreadsheet Rugby, the World Cup game. This is where you actually get to play rugby within a spreadsheet. I know it sounds awfully confusing, but it's not. I will show you how it works. This is the setup page, the first page that you would need to set up. You can see there's all sorts of things going on here. Let me explain to you what's happening. This section are the players. You can have obviously up to 8 players because you've got 8 countries. So what you would do is you would come in here and you would put your name in there if you want to play. If you're going to have various players, you may have this spreadsheet on Excel online, or you might be sharing it in a shared drive or something like that, and you all want to play. That's fair enough. If it's just you, just put your name in. And then what you can do is you can select the country which you would like to play for. So if I select England, you can see it goes kind of half white and red. There's a bit of grey. That grey is left there just so you can see that this is one of the cells that needs to be cleared if you want to reset it. So you select your name and the country. If you select another person, when you come here, you'll see England's missing from the list because you can only have one player per country. So that's set up the players, which means now England will have a player. I'll play for England. Everyone else, the computer will play for them. The second section are these grey cells over here, which are the ratings of each of the teams. Now I've put in some ratings based on the world ratings, 90 being the highest. If you go above 90, they just score every time. It's ridiculous. So I've set the limit at 90. But you can put in the team ratings here according to the world ratings, or you can put in your own ratings, or if you think your team's better than the world ratings, you can up the ratings or put them down, that kind of thing. So select ratings here between, let's have a look at the top one, yeah, between 90 down to 70. Just bear in mind, if you have a bigger gap, a gap of more than 15 between the highest and the lowest team, it does become pretty one-sided. You can see there's a tick because that means that England's got a player, i.e. me. The rest of them will all be computer players. Then what you need to do is to do the draw. So the draw, this is Group A and Group B. As you can see, every time you click on there, it's a random team pops up. So if I come here, for example, and just go back, and now come here and you see it now says a different team. So there's always a different team. So all you do is you come here and you select each team, and that will determine the group. So Group A will be Australia, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, and Group B will be England, New Zealand, France, and South Africa. So now you've got the two groups that have done the draw. Now all we need is the random component. So believe it or not, behind this grey section are random numbers. So if you click on the first cell, push Shift, Control, and right, and then Shift, Control, and down, it'll highlight all of those dark grey cells. Right-click and copy, and then scroll down, put it in the top left-hand column here, top left-hand cell. Right-click there. Now, do not paste. Paste will ruin your spreadsheet because paste will paste the formatting and everything, and it'll ruin your spreadsheet. The game won't work, and it'll be a problem. But if you click Paste Values, you can't see anything there, but trust me, there are values there, random numbers there, based on what you've got above. So now there's a full random numbers to supply the chance set, the chance aspect and the luck aspect of this game. If you scroll across, you'll be able to see this is the version that you've got. This is the first version. If I change the version, the new versions will have the new numbers, and I'll display on the website which version is the latest. So if you don't have the latest version, you can download it. Do come and click on here to come and have a look at the page, the Spreadsheet Solutions web page, and there's some instructions over there, so you can have a look at that, or you can come here to watch the web page to see the demo video. Next one is the match. Once you've done the setup, you're now ready for the tournament. If you click on the fixtures and results, you'll see it's now done all the fixtures based on your selection. So it's got all the different fixtures from the different groups, Group A, Group B, so on, semi-final. The semi-final at the moment isn't fixed. As you progress through the groups, those semi-final places will change. It's based on the who's first and who's second in the group at the current stage. So if all goes according to plan, those will be the teams going through, but not necessarily, because you'll see as the results change, those teams at the bottom in the semi-final will change. But you've got your fixtures. All you need to do is fill in how many tries each team scores and the score. But these, when you click on them later on, I'll show you, will actually have the relevant figures in, so you just have to select them. So what do we do first? First of all, we have to play a game. So let's go to the match day, and we select match number 1. So match number 1 is Australia versus Scotland. There are no players involved, so it says here you can skip to the final results if you wish. You can play computer games. All it means is the computer tells you what to play and you play it. So for argument's sake, Australia need 2 values, the first one being 83, the second one being 16. So what does the 83 and 16 mean? Let's just select this 83. So you can see they've done 83. Now that's quite fortunate that they've done exactly what they said, because usually that's not the case. There are random numbers involved, and it does change those. So they could have done anything really, but you aim for 83. They've got 83. Next time they aim for 16. They haven't quite got to the end, because obviously the random numbers take into effect, which means they've fallen short 3.08 of the try line, which means that they didn't score a try this time. Now, even if they got it in the try line, you still don't necessarily score a try. It depends on a random number created for the opposition in their defense. But then it's the opposition's turn. So the opposition have picked 81. So they've actually only moved 74.52 because of the random component. So they've got 25 left, but they have decided to go for 24. And they've fallen just short. Now, obviously, you're picking random numbers. So, mathematically speaking, the higher the number you pick first, the higher that number is, the lower the second number should be, and the lower the second number should be, even with your percentage, you should still get within the try line. So the idea is to pick the highest number you possibly can first. The downside is if that highest number takes you beyond the try line in one go, that is conceding a penalty, which means the opposition can then kick for a penalty for 3 points, and you don't really want to be giving too many of those away. So you've got to find that balance between the highest number you can pick. As you can see, Australia's rating is 81. They seem to be picking 83. Scotland's is 78. They seem to be picking 81. You can go just above your rating and you should be fine, but if you go too much higher than that, you'll start giving away penalties. The higher you go, the more chance you've got of giving away a penalty, but the higher you go, the more chance you've got of getting a try. So if they go 85, the next time, as you can see, it's actually got 95 because it's the random function's taken in beyond that. So now they've just got to get 4. So now they go for the 4, and they get it within 99.32. And as you can see, Australia scored try because Scotland's defence wasn't quite up to it. And now they've got those 5 points, and it says there's try. Now this one turns yellow. So because you can see the next cell turns yellow, so all you really have to do is follow the yellow cells and select. Now, when it comes to kicking, they will always pick 50. You don't always have to pick 50. As you can see, it says the wind is blowing this way. So the wind is blowing, as we see here, from top to bottom. If you were kicking from over here and looking up there, you'd see it would be going from left to right. Now, left, you can pick from 40 to 60, this being 45, and that being 55. But if you pick 50, as they'll pick, they always kick straight down the middle. If you click 50, as you can see, they picked 50 to kick here, but actually the wind took it. Now, fortunately for them, the wind didn't take it that far, but sometimes the wind can be really strong. You can actually kick 50, it can shoot it all the way over here. So you need to compensate for the wind in your kick. So if the wind's blowing that way, you need to aim for that post, and if the wind's blowing that way, you need to aim for that post to curl in. Sometimes even when you aim for that post, it will still curl right past. So they'll always kick for 50. You've got an option to kick. They do miss a fair number of their kicks, so make sure you get yours over. And then you can see you just progress, and it's Scotland's turn again. So Scotland will pick 81, and then 26. And they've got it in. They've got it into the try line. They've done it. It's correct. But the Australian defence held up, so they didn't actually score. Now you continue, and as you continue, you see the time progresses as you continue. You continue all the way to the bottom until you get to the end, and then it'll say game over and who's actually won the game. Now, it's exactly the same when you're playing. We'll get to when you're playing in a minute or two, but all you would do is you'd actually pick the number. So let me just clear that. If you came to one of these games where you don't actually need to play the game because it says you can skip the final result, all you can do is come down here, click show final result, and it'll actually show the final result. In the end, Scotland actually won this match. As you can see, Scotland came back, scored a try, came back and won the game. Australia 14, Scotland 19. So once you get to the end of that game, you've shown the final result, you can go to Fixtures and Results, and you see they're all in yellow, and you just simply select 2 tries, 14, 19, 3 tries. It puts it in, shows you the points scored, all the rest. Now you can go back to the match day, and you can just remove that to clear it again. You've got your fixtures in there, they'll stay in there, that's fine. And then you go back to your match, and then you can select match 2. Now this is Ireland-Wales, so the same thing again. We just simply select final result, 17-12 this time, fixtures 3, 17, 12, and 2. Now whether these computer matches, whether you play them or whether you just show the final result, you will get the same result. Playing them you might have a match where you'd like to see it play out, otherwise just click final result. Now when you get to your match, i.e. the match in England, the team I picked against New Zealand, now you need to play. So now when you click on that, instead of giving you just the options the computer's chosen, you can select any number you want. So if I go for England and select, for example, 85, says I've got 19 to go, I can select whatever number I want to on the second one. So if I go for 18, gone over. So I've gone over the thing. It's no penalty because I went over the second time. And then New Zealand have their go, and they've got that 91. They've got 6. New Zealand score a try. So you're already on the back foot here. They go for the conversion and miss it. And that's sometimes what the win can do. Now what I could do is I could go for 90. See, so you can actually go for 90, and then you've got a smaller number to go for next time. However, 90 could well have pushed me over the end. Try. There we go. So then I've scored a try. Now I can go for the kick. Now the kick, for me, I'm looking here again. The wind's going that way. This is the lower number. That's the higher number. The wind's going from left to right, which means that if I aim for this post, which is 45, where the wind should take it. So if I go for 45, you can see I was aiming for that post, but the wind took it into the center. Kick over, job done. And you progress. Now if I were to progress all the way down to the bottom, when I got to the bottom of the last one was played down here, that would then show me the final result. For the sake of time, let's just clear the contents. As you can see, I've scored a try in the second row. Let's say if the computer had played for England, you can't select the computer playing, but what you can do is you can go back to the previous game to select computer show final result, and then come here to select 3. It's a bit of a cheat, and you can see what the computer would have done. So the computer would have actually won 24-17, which is very unusual for England to beat New Zealand on the computer settings. But as you can see, they didn't get that the conversion, which I did. So if the computer will always get what the computer gets, but you can obviously alter yours because you're not necessarily doing the same selections that the computer would have. So the computer for England would have scored 24, whereas I would have scored at least possibly more based on my selections. But I could have maybe gone too far and given away some penalties and actually scored less. So you do have it does play a big part when you play the game. And then you just come here once you've finished, and you select the values here, and it'll update accordingly. Tables and knockout. Tables and knockout, you can see this. There's nothing to do on this page. This automatically updates. So your groups will update as you play the games. Your group B will update as you play the games. These first semi, second semi-final will show different teams as these positions change, and as you complete these games, you'll see the winner at the bottom. So you don't have to do anything on this page, it'll update automatically. Next one is the honors. Once you finish the season, let's just, for the sake of speed, let's just copy that and put that in there. I know this wouldn't be the case, but let's just put it in just to get the final. Just paste that data down there just to get to the point where the World Cup's finished. Now if you have a look, we'll see New Zealand won the World Cup, and then when you go to honours, once you finish the World Cup, your name will be there. You click on that, you'll see you've actually won a medal because that's gone yellow because we're in season 1. So you click on that, it says we won the silver medal and that New Zealand have won the World Cup. Then what you do next time you come around is you just select number 2 and it'll take the current things. It's taking the same one again because it thinks that thinks that the data in is for number 2. But once you put in the first season, you finish the season, you've selected any medals, you selected any trophies, you can come back to the fixtures and results. You can highlight the grey cells, right click clear contents. You can then go to the match day. You can highlight all of these cells if you've got values in them, right click clear contents. You can go to this cell, remove that. So you've got all of that removed, and then you can go to your setup. You can clear the tournament draw, clear contents. You can leave the ratings if you want to leave them the same. You can leave your name, that will stay the same, that's fine. And then all you do for the next tournament is you come back down here, right click, copy. You want to do a whole new fresh set of numbers, right click, paste values. Now that'll give completely new numbers, which will mean completely new results to all the different games. And then you can do your tournament draw yet again. Australia, Wales, Scotland, England, France, New Zealand, Ireland, and South Africa. And you got a fresh new group, different groups, different fixtures, different game results, all the rest of it, and you can start again for the second tournament and work your way through the second tournament. And when you finish that, you'll then be able to select the trophy for the second tournament and any medals for the second one by just changing that to number 2. And then start again. So you can do that up to 10 times to get 10 different tournaments. And then you can either start a new spreadsheet or clear the honours list and start over again. So that is Spreadsheet Rugby. I hope that makes sense. I might do some more videos on the gameplay as far as how that works, but I think I've explained everything. Yeah, and please do come and like our Facebook page for this particular game, because if we might ask from time to time for some screenshots of your games and how things are going and that kind of thing. If you find any bugs or any errors, please do let us know because we'd love to fix those. If you've got any suggestions, we'd like to hear that as well. But otherwise, enjoy Spreadsheet Rugby. And wish you all the success. Thank you and goodbye.